Hi, I welcome everyone on another session of Nitesh Mehra and Associates webinar series. Today we have with us Mr. Nitesh Mehra himself present on board with us. Mr. Nitesh Mehra is an advocate mainly practicing in Delhi High Court and Supreme Court of India. He is a leading lawyer in criminal law. He started his journey of practicing law in 2008 and then he remained an office law researcher in Delhi High Court. The famous popular criminal matters he did was nationwide popular case of Baby Falak and also remained part of association in Samjhauta blast case. He has also got his various cases of civil and criminal reported in leading newspapers. He will be speaking today on the toolkit case, which is very much prevalent these days. So I welcome you, sir. Now I hand over this to you.
Thank you, Angelika. Thanks a lot for the lovely introduction of mine. The topic on which we are going to speak is of a controversial nature today, I may say, because it has a bearing on the political parties, the views, and the people of the nation who have been looking into this case from long. So, for better understanding of the present case, we have prepared one PPT, which is to be shared with all of you. And here is the same, that what is a toolkit case, how it got started, and where the genesis was there. So what is toolkit has to be first understood. So the toolkit means that people started registering their opinions and views on the social media. Now collaborate by means of a toolkit to explain the protest and how people can support it. The toolkit is a document key to digital era protests and is equivalent to pamphlets and flyers that are being used by the protesters on the streets. In simple words, it is a document that educates and amplifies the cause of the protest. It also provides a roadmap on how to take the protest forward, underscoring what needs to be done, when and how. So there is a whole preparation of this word toolkit, which has to be understood by way of the present slide. Now, what is the Twitter tag to these toolkits? Now, Twitter adding a hashtag to the beginning of an unbroken word or a phrase creates a hashtag. When you use a hashtag in a tweet, it becomes linked to all of the other tweets that include it. Including a hashtag gives a tweet context and can give a conversation longevity. A hashtag written with a symbol hashtag is used to index keywords on topic on Twitter. This function was created on Twitter and allows people to easily follow topics they are interested in. Hashtags are a handy way of grouping and categorizing tweets, and they help people follow topics in which they are interested. So this hashtag has its importance with regard to toolkit case because these hashtags make it more popular, more wiser, more conversation to all the viewers or all the users who are using it. Now understand the Twitter in the sense of toolkit. The new coronavirus strain has created a controversy where the ruling BJP and opposition Congress party are accusing each other of defaming. This party had accused the Congress of creating a toolkit that seeks to tarnish the image of the country and Prime Minister Narendra Modi by calling the new strain of novel coronavirus the Indian strain or Modi strain, that is highly defamatory in nature. Now, the war has further went on to the political stand where the Congress denied the allegation and claimed that the BJP is propagating a false and fabricated toolkit defamation. The party said its research team had made a note on the Central Vista project for the party, which BJP forced and used the propaganda. Key points of toolkit's case. Now, the controversy speaks with BJP's allegation that Congress want to tarnish the image of the country and PM Modi by calling a new coronavirus strain the India strain or the Modi strain. Citing the purported Congress toolkit, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra said, according to the document, it is clear that Congress extending help to the needy during the pandemic is more of public relations exercise with the help of a friendly journalist and influencer than a soulful endeavor. In reply, the Congress accused the BJP of propagating a fake toolkit to defame it. BJP is propagating a fake toolkit on COVID-19 mismanagement and attributing it to AICC Research Department. Full stop. We are filing a FIR for forgery against JP Nadda and Sambit Patra, Congress Research Cell Head Rajiv Gowda said on Twitter. The party lodged a police complaint against the party's chief GP Nadda and the Union Minister Smriti Irani and BL Santosh and Sambit Patra on 18th May, seeking to book them for sharing and creating the fake news. On 19th May, party chief spokesperson Randeep Surjewala said that the document on COVID toolkit is forced even though his party owned up to another paper pertaining to the Central Vista. The Chhattisgarh unit of Congress unit wing NSUI lodged an FIR in Raipur against the former Chief Minister Raman Singh and Sambit Patra over the issue for allegedly forging the letterhead of AICC Research Department and printing false and fabricated content on 19th May. The police asked Patra to appear before it in person or through video conferencing at 4 p.m. on 23rd May in connection with the FIR lodged against him in the case. However, he skipped citing the personal reasons. The Raipur City Police recorded the statement of Raman Singh in the COVID toolkit case on May 24. After giving the statement, Singh told the reporter that FIR was a Congress conspiracy, adding that the police in Chhattisgarh were being governed by the Congress and not by the law. The Delhi Police Special Cell sent a notice to Twitter India on the day in connection with the probe into the complaint about alleged toolkit case, asking it to share the information based on which it had classified and related tweet by BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra as manipulated media. The tag of manipulated media was given to this toolkit case, which was stated by Sambit Patra. It appears that Twitter has some information that is not known to the police. This information is relevant to the inquiry, said Delhi Police PRO Chinmay Biswal. At this stage, it is very important here to mention that recently a war has been going between the Information Technology Ministry of India as well as Twitter with regard to providing the last user information and making them liable for not providing. So that is the recent amendment in the IT laws 2021, to which the Twitter has still not implemented them in its course, and it's been avoiding citing the different reasons. The prime reason behind this was that Twitter has done this manipulated DAC. At the same time, they have asked that their privacy policies to be followed and the policy formed by them to be followed. Since India in its protective step as a strategic manner has now asked Twitter also to implement the new IT rules 2021 as soon as possible. Now, what has happened that the special cell has went to the Twitter office in Gurugram and raided the offices of Twitter India in Delhi and Gurugram. After the raid, Congress alleged that cowardly raid on the microblogging site's office by the Delhi police exposes the dark attempts to hide a fraudulent toolkit by BJP leaders. Now, Shiv Sena into the BJP Congress controversy on 25th May with its senior leader Sanjay Raut alleged that social media toolkits were used by the BJP to target opponents, adding that when it faced the backlash, it put pressure through various ways. Raut made the comments while talking to the reporters in connection with the Delhi police notice to Twitter India's case. In the latest development, Delhi police served notices to two Congress leaders in the COVID toolkit case on 25th May, asking them to join the probe into a complaint in the matter, reported news agency PTI citing officials. A senior police officer confirmed that the notices were duly served to the Congress social media head Rohan Gupta and party spokespersons MV Rajiv Gowda in connection to the probe. Now, meanwhile, the Congress has demanded that Twitter affix manipulated media tag to tweets of several union ministers for allegedly spreading false and malicious propaganda against the party. Congress General Secretary and Chief Spokesperson Randeep Surjewala wrote to Twitter's lead for legal policy and trust and safety, Vijay Gadas, and its Deputy General Counsel and Vice President Legal in Jane Baker, seeking stern action against 11 union ministers for allegedly spreading false and forged documents. Now, what is manipulated media? That has to be understood, and what is the war which is going between these two political parties who are otherwise known to be rivalry of each other? The Twitter defines media, video, audios, and images that have been deceptively altered or fabricated as manipulated. Tweets are labeled under this category when they are likely to cause harm. So there is an internal research department of the tweet company where they do the research and get to know that whether this content actually has a meaning or a genuinity attached to it. In that research, when they get to know that there is some mishandling or there has been some manipulation, so then they add this tag manipulated on that media which is there. So how does Twitter tag contents as manipulated? Twitter says it uses a mix of technology and expert human review to label content in order to determine if media have significantly and deceptively altered or fabricated. We may use our own technology or receive reports through partnership with third parties. The company has explained its part in its defense. Now, what action does Twitter take against the manipulated content? So, citing an example, there has been two posts which has been given by the Twitter where there is one tag manipulated and other was original, where they see that actually the content was not what which has been posted, which has been fabricated in force, and then their research team come out with what was the actual content and then put it both together. Then you get to know that what was manipulated and original. Depending on the severity of the fabrication and likely to harm can cause Twitter either labels contents or remove them from the platform. The company also reduces visibility of such content and warns users that repeated violations can lead to the accounts being permanently suspended. Delhi Police. Now, what Delhi Police visits Twitter India's offices to serve notice in toolkit case. Now, how we have to understand this, that whether this was a genuine raid at the Twitter's office or even this raid was also politically supported or there was force behind it. We cannot say that in the light of investigating agency doing it independently. So Delhi police visited the office of Twitter India in Delhi and Gurugram on 24th May to serve a notice in connection to the Congress toolkit case because it has already received the complaint. A statement issued by Delhi police shortly after reports claimed that it had raided the social media company's offices said that the police team visits was a routine process. Delhi police team went to Twitter office to serve a notice to Twitter as a part of routine process. This was necessitated as we wanted to ascertain that who is the right person to serve the notice, as replies by Twitter India MD have been very ambiguous, the statement read by the Delhi police. Now, Delhi police had on 21st May sent a notice to Twitter India Managing Director Manish Maheshwari asking to revert by 22nd May with all relevant documents which he possesses in his connection to alleged toolkit case. It has come to our notice that you are acquainted with the facts of the matter, the notice stated, which is given under section 160 CRPC. The controversy over the alleged toolkit erupted after the senior leaders of the center ruling BJP on 18 May shared a document which suggested a plot to tarnish the image of Prime Minister Narendra Modi of his handling COVID-19. The document they alleged was released by the rival Congress party. The Congress subsequently wrote to the Twitter claiming that the document was fake and created a forged letterhead of the party's research department. The opposition party demanded suspension of the accounts of top BJP leaders, including party chief JP Nadda and Union Minister Smriti Irani for allegedly spreading misinformation. The party also registered police complaints against BJP leaders in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh for allegedly creating a sharing forged document to defame the Congress. Shortly after the Congress complaint, Twitter flagged the toolkit accounts of BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra as manipulated media. The Union Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology had reportedly written to Twitter on 21st May, marking its disapproval over the prejudged prejudice decision to flag the tweets in connection to the toolkit case at manipulated media. So here there is a little confusion in our mind that whether it is actually been done and whether it was a forceful done, because ministry coming into the aid and advice of some leader who has given some statement, then that curves to curb the Twitter, or to say that to curb the originality, whatever it may be, it will be come out during the course of the investigation. But the government has asked the Twitter to remove the tags affixed prejudicially to certain tweets in recent days in the interest of fairness and equity. Investigation will determine the veracity of the content, not Twitter. A Ministry of Information Technology source were reported as saying, just I also said, the Delhi police earlier on May 24 issued a notice to Twitter asking the company to explain the reason behind labeling Patra's tweet as manipulated media news agency had reported. Now, meanwhile, the police in Chhattisgarh registered an FIR against Patra and former State Chief Minister Raman Singh in connection to the toolkit case on 23rd May. The Raipur police began investigating them after the complaint of forgery was registered by the National Students Union of India, Congress Student Wing. Now, in an important development, what has happened recently, the Congress has withdrawn its complaint filed with the Delhi police, calls probe illegal. 9 days after its initial complaints against BJP leaders in the toolkit matter, Congress on Thursday withdrew from investigation and termed the Delhi police preliminary inquiry illegal and in violation of law. Congress leaders Rajiv Gowda and Rohan Gupta, in a letter written to Delhi police commissioner, sought transfer of all the documents to Chhattisgarh, where an FIR has been already registered against BJP leaders including circulating a false and fabricated toolkit document. Gowda and Gupta claimed that Supreme Court has ruled in the past that the first FIR shall carry out an investigation and that there cannot be a second FIR of the same offence. That said, the Supreme Court ruling says that there cannot be no second FIR and there cannot be no fresh investigation on receipt of any subsequent information in the same cognizable offence on the same occurrence and the same set of facts. The Delhi police failed to file an FIR based on our complaint. We were FIR registered in Chandigarh and are pursuing the matter there. By carrying out investigation, the Delhi police in violation of law and Supreme Court judgment, Gowda said Twitter while sharing the letter. Gupta said the Delhi police should stop lies and falsification of information to protect the leaders and union ministers. We at INC have withdrawn and asked for the transfer of our complaint dated 18th May. The Delhi police didn't act. The facade of investigation is fake and illegal like a whole BJP toolkit, Gupta said in a tweet. Gowda and Gupta in their letter alleged that despite the complaint wherein cognizable offences were clearly made out, no FIR was registered by the Delhi police. After acting clearly under the pressure and bias of the ministry, gave cover fire to the leaders and union ministers committing a serious crime. They said that Chhattisgarh police has already registered an FIR on the same set of facts on 19 May and Delhi police had no jurisdiction to investigate the matter any further. Now, this PPT has made us all understand that in what manner the present toolkit case is going on. So whether it is actually going on or like it is a prepared toolkit case. Now to understand it better, we should first see that in what manner this toolkit case is being propagated by the political parties during the amidst of coronavirus. So if there are any questions with regard to this, you may ask, Angelika.
Thank you so much, sir, for this fruitful session. So the first question which I want to put forth is that whether it is a conspiracy of by either of the parties. Like, can we say this that it is just a conspiracy?
See, since the investigation is already under process and the police of Chhattisgarh has already registered an FIR seized with the matter, not much to say on this, but as a point of view of the debate, or if we see from the educational side, we can understand that there must be something because of which Twitter has put in that tag. And since they have their research teams and investigations, so those will come out once the information which is being with them would be brought in forward by them. So it's an interstate disputes between the political parties. Not much we have to say. We on the educational side to understand that what is toolkit case and how it is impacting right now in the social media and how it is running. We were only concerned with regard to that manipulated tag, that how the Twitter used to give it and in what manner. If any other question, you can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the other question is why forum shopping is happening in this present case by both the parties?
See, if we see about the forum shopping, one we have to see that one is in the power and one is out of power. So really, since both the parties of the mainstream, the Congress and BJP are known to be rivalry to each other for the last many years. So because of these tweets, retweets, we have seen in the past also the social media nowadays has been used as a matter of freedom of speech and expression. So in that way or going off into the freedom of speech and expression, there may be sometimes some things which has been done that which were not forcefully okay, and then the government has even withdrawn past in the past times also, and even the rivalry parties have also withdrawn. Now saying it to be a forum shopping at present doesn't seem to be okay because the FIR has already been registered. So if we again go by the educational part, once the FIR has been registered under the one state on the same set of facts and with regard to the same occurrence, then effectively, as per the Supreme Court's judgment, there cannot be a second FIR to it. There cannot be a second version to it. So whatever would be there with regard to the different statements, would that form the part of the charge sheet which would be filed in that case after the completion of the investigation. Whether it forms the charge sheet or whether it becomes a closure report, that we have to see after the eventually the investigation is closed down by the Chhattisgarh police. And yes, because the Chhattisgarh state is not being ruled by the BJP, then their allegation of that it would be a biased FIR or then it would be a motivated FIR, then that has to be seen when the investigation is completed. So we cannot say much on that unless and until the investigation in the present case is completed. Any other question?
Thank you so much, sir. The last question. Yes, sir. The last question is very suggestive question. I just want your opinion on this. Rather than playing a blame game at this current situation of pandemic, don't as a like we don't think that they should come together to curb the situation
Angelika,
and to help this country.
very nice question. And yes, it holds a real importance while you ask this suggestive question in the form of an answer. In our opinion, at these times when the difficult situations are there, we shall not run into politics and that to blaming, gaming with each other. We shall see that what is right now to protect the citizens of India from this COVID coronavirus. As it has been suggested by the scientific advisor that yes, in 4 to 6 months, another third wave is yet to come. It is very important that all these parties, instead of being playing rivalry with each other, go into sit with whatever the allegations each one is making against them, not to make a political issue out of that, and rather sit it on the table and close it. Because we don't want the situation at present to get worse, which was there in the past. So, in a manner, these parties yet to sit together and to take out a solution to such small problems which may not be become bigger and as in news and for the other agencies to take benefit out of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angelika, for being there with us in the present session and supporting in making this present PPT. It was a really niceful and wonderful effort by you. I hope by way of this PPT and our present session, the viewers of our channel can understand that what is the present toolkit case. This toolkit case, I am again repeating, is different from the toolkit case which has happened last year or this year in the beginning. That case has nothing to do with the present toolkit case. What is toolkit case? We have explained in the beginning of the present session. So it has been explained that how it becomes a toolkit and how it goes further. So please do watch this session to understand what is the toolkit and how Twitter is giving the manipulated tag to its tags which has been done by any of its users. Thanks a lot, Angelika.
Thank you, sir.